G'day guys, welcome back to another Ross Reviews, and behind us we have got the 300 SRT. And this thing, guys, again, 6.4 liter Hemi up front, and this one is cammed. Got a few bolt-ons, she's making some power, and I wanted to just come out, see what these Hemis really are about. The 300 SRT, American muscle, down under. Let's fire it up. All right, so we are in the 300 SRT now, cammed, 6.4 liter, naturally aspirated V8. This is America, people. This is what I'm talking about. And this model, the 2015, was the first time they didn't sell these things in America. So only Australia and the Middle East started to get these at this time period. And, you know, it really was a rare treat. You know how Australia's going right now? For us to get an exclusive V8, that was rare. Yeah, and I gotta say, these things, again, 350 kilowatts from factory, 637 Newton meters. Got an 8-speed auto, paddle shifters in this thing, rear wheel drive. Yeah, it's a bit of a beast. Now, this thing is most definitely a bit of a beast because it weighs almost 2 tons. And you can definitely feel that weight when you're just in automatic mode, you're not using the paddles. It does have a kind of heavy feel to it because the gearbox is very good in saving fuel, I want to say. You know, it kind of always has you in a rolling speed. You know, you're always at like 1100 to 1500 RPM when you're just cruising. And so when you come into a corner, this thing has roll speed. It's got mass. And as Isaac Newton will tell you, yeah, this thing, you're going to need to stop it. Luckily, you get some Brembos on this thing all around. You need it. Some good looking wheels. But I got to say, the 300 has always had that kind of big, almost mafia American style to it. I still like it. Like, it's not my favorite. It's not my first choice. But I do like this thing. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. And it's interesting that this one's cammed, you know? Got a few bolt-ons. This thing is making 475 rear wheel horsepower, I'm told. So, yeah, it's got some ponies. Oh my goodness! Brother! Yeah. Dude, it just says that little this thing just kicks out. Man, that's what I'm talking about, brother. That's what you want from a Hemi, man. Hell yeah. Now this thing, when it came out, you were talking starting from 59,000 bucks. And honestly, sub 60K, that's a bit of a deal to get a 6.4 liter V8, naturally aspirated, 350 kilowatts, over 600 Newton meters. Man, I wish we could get that now. But you could get two sort of variants. You got the core model, which started at 59, then you could go for the more premium spec one, started at 69 grand. Look, I gotta tell you, these things feel nice. Now, I think this is the premium version. We've got a Harman Kardon sound system in here. We've got SRT, you know, suede leather seats, full sunroof. Dude, it's nice. You know, big infotainment system, got an analog clock, which I love to see. It's, you know, it's Chrysler, but it does feel pretty premium in here. The biggest thing that I think is a letdown is the steering wheel. The steering wheel just really feels kind of cheap and nasty. If you put a really high-end premium aftermarket steering wheel in here, maybe from the boys like Auto House in Melbourne, Shout out to the boys. I really feel like this interior would feel so much nicer. Like, I don't mind the faux carbon, all the other bits in here. It feels decent. You know, you got the Aussie floor mat on the dash, mate. You know, that's definitely an AusDM special right there. But this thing does feel pretty nice, and for the money, I think they did a pretty good job. They did, in fact, such a good job that even the Aussie police wanted these things. And quite a few patrol cars, they were 300 SRTs. You know, it makes sense. It's big, it's roomy, it's powerful, and this thing's quick. So, you know, and it was somewhat affordable. Mate, you look at the cops now, they're rolling around in $200,000 M3s. Like, that just blows my mind how us taxpayers are paying this. Crazy. Now, the 300 SRT came out in 2004, guys. I think Australia got it in 05. I could be wrong, but it was in the early 2000s. And again, I've done the Series 1 version. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link for it. Click the pop-up banner here. Now, we lost it in 2021 here in Australia, but I believe the UAE and the Middle East, they continued to get it up until 2023. It's a shame that this car is gone. They're not coming out with another version because, man, it was a good car. You know, four-door sedan, big V8, rear-wheel drive, power. It's a dying breed. And at this price point, too. You know, obviously they got more expensive as time went on. Inflation got wild, but they still had them. This really came out the time we were losing Fords, Holdens. You know, it was only in a couple short years after the release of this one that we lost Ford and Holden. So yeah, I think the 300 was really trying to step in and say, hey, we'll still make one. So you got to give them a pat on the back at least for trying. Is this as good? I'm going to just say it. I'm just going to say it. Is this as good as an HSV FPV? No, I don't think so. But is it good? Absolutely. Let's go around this real tight hairpin here. See how she goes. We're in sport mode. Yeah, it's just something about the downshifts that's not quite satisfying, but man, it's quick to upshift. Man, I'll tell you, it gets up and moves though. It has that NA power of just very smooth, sweeping RPMs, and it's got power everywhere. Yeah, it's nice. It is nice. And dude, you 1 second you're not looking at the speedo and this thing is rocketing, man. You got to be careful. Now on the used market, guys, you can pick these up somewhere between 30 and 50 grand, depending on case and condition. Again, this one is for sale at NextRide. I'll leave a link for them down below. Check them out. The cam is nice. You know, it's got a bit of a note to it, this thing. You can feel the difference in power for sure. But yeah, I think they're reasonable value. You know, I think they're priced reasonably at the moment. And here we are, we're doing 60 Ks an hour, 2,900 RPM. Oh! Oh, shit! Dude! I wasn't anticipating that smack, bro. This thing kicked me in the pants. God damn, that NA torque just hit. Hemi, America. You gotta love it. Dude, that's sick. That was a good little punch, man. We spun the tires, I think. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, this thing, man, there's a lot of room in here. The back seats is spacious. My favorite feature, I'll tell you right now, why doesn't every car manufacturer do this? The cup holders. It's got a little AC button or a heat button, and it legitimately makes your drink stay cold or stay hot. Like it actually works incredibly well. Little things like that, like that's brilliant, man. Red start stop button, I like that. You know, yes, it's not perfect in here. It's a 59 grand car. You know, this thing was priced reasonably. You got to appreciate this thing. Like, it's a shame it's still not being sold, man. It really is. Dude. And then again, you just punch this thing. Oh, far out. Far out. We got some skippies on the road. Doggo on the road. Doggo, what are you doing, pup? Stay off the road, buddy. I will say, when you're just cruising in this car, it's actually quite pleasant because it's fairly quiet in here. You just hear that subtle hum of that Hemi up front. Don't hear very much road noise, wind noise. I gotta say, they really did insulate it pretty nicely, and it's fairly comfortable. This is a big car. When you cruise around, like, if you're a short king, you know, a little Latina, you know, you're gonna struggle just to see over the bonnet of this thing. It's a bit of a beast. Thankfully, you got a reverse camera in this. You do have sensors up front, but yeah, parking could be a bit of an issue for some. Now, guys, we got to do a huge shout out to NextRide for loaning this vehicle out for us. They're located here in Perth, Western Australia. I'll leave a link for them down below. This is for sale. They got a heap of cool cars. Check them out. Cheers, boys. Now we got to do the WiperTech wiper test. So just quickly, guys, you don't pull back on the stock. You actually have to just twist it and push it in. It's not bad, actually. You know, you got one little streak here. It's not that bad. This is pretty good, man. Chrysler, you came out with a pretty decent wiper. I'm gonna rate that like an 8.5 out of 10. Guys, again, we're sponsored by WiperTech, best in the business, Australian made, Aussie company. Link down below, use code ROSS15 off, 15% off your order and free express shipping. Huge thanks to them. Let's do a launch. All right, guys, now 0 to 100. I think this is gonna be claimed something like 5 seconds. I actually don't know the exact time. That feels right to me. Somewhere around the 5-second mark should be good. We are about to test it, so yeah, leave a guess down below if you want to do that. Reset the draggy. Fuck! We gotta do that again. What did it say? It said we did a 5.6 on the car. It said we did a 5.8 on the draggy. I'm gonna give it one more test though, because man, I might have to play around. We were in track mode. I might have to put it in street mode maybe just to soften the suspension up. Maybe we can get a bit of grip, because this thing just lit it up, man. We're starting in second in sport mode. Oh man. Oh geez, let me tell you guys, I just can't get the power down. I can't get the power down. What was that? A 6.7. We just skidded, bro. I was started in second. Tried to feather it. I'm not gonna do it again because man, it's just gonna continually fry tires. You need to be at a prep surface or, you know, have something really dialed to get a good time in this thing. Yeah, maybe the tires are not fresh. I don't know, but I think honestly, if you could get traction, you put some solid rubber on the back, man, this thing would be in the fours. Absolutely. It's yeah. Traction's the issue with this girl. Guys, what do you think? The 300 SRT, 8-speed, rear-wheel drive, 6.4 Hemi. Dude, I like this thing. Like, I think it's affordable. You get a lot of value for what you're spending. Like, you know, these things, again, in that like 40K range, man, the Commodores are like getting to that now. I feel like this is more value than a Commodore. Yes, I would rather an HSV or an FPV, but they're getting more than that. So, you know, you're not gonna get a really nice HSV for 40K anymore. Like, it's pretty hard to get. So, dude, for a late model, this thing's got cam already, some bolt-ons. It goes. Dude, this is value. I think for the right guy who wants that, man, this is a no-brainer. Leave a comment. Guys, I don't know. I'm not super Hemi illiterate. Are these things a bucket? Do they break down? I don't know. But, dude, all I can tell you is my experience today. This thing was fun. It felt pretty good. It's quick. Leave a comment, guys. That's the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. See you on that next one.